Well, outside of the first 8-10 minutes, I thought our team did a good job for the most part. I thought our defense clamped down after sleepwalking for the first 10 minutes or so, and it was good to see. I thought our ball movement was much better in the last 30 minutes. I thought we created shots for one another. It was Edmonds, one of his better games of the year. I thought we shared the ball, 20 assists, 8 turnovers. It was a good night. Our post guys got to do a better job. I thought our bench challenged them after the Wake Forest game, played much better. Certainly, I think Kaiser and Quentin and Tyreek looked apart and gave us some energy and some good minutes. So, move forward. And we obviously have a monster schedule here coming up.
You mentioned the sleepwalking for the first few minutes. Were you guys doing anything different defensively that was different than the normal pack line?
Yeah, it's probably my fault a little bit. I'm not going to lay all the blame at our players' feet. I thought, I maybe got him disjointed a little bit. 32 is he's very unique. They put him, at least on film, at the top of the key. They would post him up there. They would put all their other players on the baseline and let him go one-on-one with 4 of his teammates 1 foot from the baseline, 30 times a game. You don't see that in grade school. And it's no disrespect, it's just how they play. So it's really unique. And, rather than let him catch it there at the top of the key, we say, hey, we're just going to get out and deny him. Don't let him catch it. Well, after the first couple possessions, I think their coach realized that, and now they moved him around, and so we have a guy denying him 40 feet from the basket when they're not even looking for him as an option. It stretched our other players out. It opened up driving lanes, drive kick opportunities, and so we quickly scrapped that. And we got back to who we were in terms of trying to be a tighter defense, not getting anybody spread out, not denying anywhere. But we still talked about when he turns his back on a spin dribble to take his ball, and I thought 11 steals, for our team, which doesn't necessarily, demand that we steal the ball. Did a really good job of making that adjustment.
Ed said that he's still dealing with the hand issue, but he felt better with going without the tape. It seemed like that was kind of bugging him a little bit.
You have to ask Ed. I just put guys on the floor. So, he certainly made better decisions. I thought, hand aside, I thought his footwork, I thought he was making a concerted effort when he drove to really be solid, land on 2 feet, not get sped up. And I thought he made some really good passes and the right reads, simpler plays. It's good to see.
Kaiser shot the ball better. Did you like his effort in other areas?
I did. I think that's the first thing you see is him making shots, and everybody gets excited, including, our coaching staff and our team. But what's equally as exciting is I thought he moved his feet defensively like he did a year ago. He kept the ball in front of him versus a driving team, a team that played 4 guards the majority of the time. And that's what we've come to expect from Kaiser on the perimeter. I think he's added strength that he can be an even better post defender than he's ever been. He hasn't really been challenged in that area too much this year. But it's good to see him get his feet moving, guarding guards.
It seemed like a little bit of a mixed bag for Tyreek. He had a career-high 9 points, but then it looked like he blew a couple of defensive assignments.
Yeah, Tyreek he doesn't know how to do anything, sustain a lot of things. And, he can make that home run play, and then he can make a play that really leaves you scratching your head. And that's the mark of a freshman, but, he's got to get over that for us. I want to be able to play him more. I want to be able to trust him more. I don't worry about the missed free throws. He's not trying to miss those. I don't worry about his post offense. But I do worry on the defensive end, is he communicating? Is he hustling back after he hedges a ball screen? Is he sprinting hard? And you see the highlight plays of a block shot, but I see the plays where he forgets where his man is and the kid backdoors and gets a layup. And so it's different. College game is so much quicker, so much faster than high school, and he's learning that adjustment.
Even with the big run they had at the beginning, their leading scorer wasn't doing a whole lot. And talk about the job that Quentin did on him.
Yeah, I think Quentin did a really good job. I think, as you start to watch him play live, he's a very good player when he plays at his pace. He's not sped up. He gets in triple threat and gives you the old rocker step and swings the ball around. And I told our players before we played, don't let him be on the offensive. Peck at his ball, get after him. If he puts the ball on the ground, turn him. And that's when offensive players go into a little defensive mindset with the basketball. And I thought Quentin did that. I thought JP tried. I thought Edmund did when they had that assignment.
Chris, you talked about the season as a process, kind of building game upon game, and given the Big East plays here, are you happy with?
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Like we're down a couple guys, or we were at the beginning of the year. You know, we're 10-2. We played arguably one of the top 20 schedules in the entire country. That doesn't make our job from December 28th on any easier, but hopefully it prepares us. And we still have to battle through adversity. There's not a team in the country that's not going to hit some adversity. And we hit a little bit on the road trips, but hopefully we learn from them. We've got a long way to go to get better. I think our players recognize that. They told on themselves a little bit today. I thought they played so much harder defensively in the last 8-9 minutes of today's first half, and that told me that we can squeeze more out of them. They can play a lot harder, and they're going to need to as we face the competition we're about to face.
Seems like some of the things you'd mentioned, bench play, reducing turnovers, and getting to the free throw line, they really took steps forward today with that.
Again, I hope so. One game doesn't make a season, and as a coach, you feel like you got that mallet and just knocking those 6 gophers down or whatever those things are called. We got to keep a couple of them down without hammering them. They got to be taken care of so we can work on other things, and that's the sign of a mature team. When things are in check, that now let's work on other things, and we haven't gotten to that point yet. So we're still malleting away. That's a word. Whack-a-mole. There you go. Brian, you played that in Covington growing up all the time. You were slow too, right? The one that was going down, that's when you were hitting it?
It was just they popped up just too fast. 3 games.
That's how I am. I need about 4 mallets.
What's the team's time frame now between, before Big East play starts after
Yeah.
Christmas? How does that work for you?
Giving them off a few days. They'll be back here on the night of Christmas, which I don't want to do, but, we're also getting 5 days off. I mean, I'll count today, the 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th. There's 5 days. So it's more than I got in college. And, there's some teams that play on the 23rd and play on the 27th and 28th. So there's a lot of schools that don't give their kids off. So I hate bringing them back on Christmas night, but I'll have to take that up with the Big East at the spring meetings, and I will. I want our kids to be home for Christmas.
Sorry, did you just include a game day as an off day
What'd I say?
today?
Yeah, we're off right now. You got 3 hours. You're off. Thank you, and Merry Christmas.